Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome to another video for the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut File shop. Today I have already cut out this great heart background cut file. I'm playing with my new Brutus Monroe Velveteen glazes, so let's see what I can do. What I've done is taken the cut file off of my Cricut mat, and I used some purple tape to go ahead and tape it down to another sheet of white cardstock. Now I'm using a hotel key card, and I'm just dipping the key card into the Velveteen glaze, and I am running over it kind of like a stencil. So I'm treating the cut file like a stencil. I picked up my excess and put it back in the pot because you know they're new products. You don't want to waste them all on the first project. And I don't mean truly waste them on a project, but you know what I mean. When you get something new like this, you don't want to fill out the entire thing. Now, this is a paper cut file that I'm using as a stencil, and I do get some bleed through underneath of the hearts, and that's okay because let's face it, this is a liquidy medium, and I am pushing through the medium through the stencil a lot. I'm running over it a lot, and paper eventually gives out. This is why stencils are made of plastic material and not paper, because they're much easier to control with the plastic material. So I'm just kind of wiping it off, and I'm going through in a rainbow kind of order. I do add in pink. I know pink is not part of the rainbow, you guys, but I added in because I have it in my new collection. Now these Velveteen glazes are really cool. They're really cool. So they go on very glossy. They are very shiny and wet. However, once they dry, they are like this matte, velvety finish. So not as much as a flock, like you're not going to get that fabricy bit of flock, but it does, if you run your finger over it. Here, I've been running my finger over it, so if you heard something in the background, that's what it is. But this is me running my finger over paper. This is me running my finger over the hearts. So I hope that you hear the difference. There is definitely a soft texture to it, but it's not going to be like a flock. It's really hard to describe, you guys, but I love it so much. And then this kind of whimsical heart background I thought was perfect to put the medium through it. I am using a mixed media mat under here, and it is definitely stained, used, and abused, and that is great because that means it is not on my pink mat below, even though I'm kind of a messy scrapper, and as you can see, I have some on the pink mat as well. So I pull off the paper, and there we have the background that I'm going to be scrapping with for today's video. Now I do save the other part. I save the stencil part, and I plan on doing something else with that later on, but right now this is what I've got. So I did let this dry completely overnight. It did take a little while to dry, and that is because some of my application was really thick. Like parts of it had dried where it was just a minimal amount of application, but when I put it on thick, yeah, it definitely took a little while to dry. But that's okay, because what I usually do if I'm doing a mixed media type layout like this, I will get whatever I need to get down on the layout, I'll set it to the side, and I'll work on another layout while that one's drying. Now I did use two different pattern papers to back my photo. I used a purple on purple kind of graphy paper from Chamel's, I want to say Field Trip. And then I also used this Cartabella floral paper that I don't remember where it came from, but I do know that it is Cartabella. So I pulled out two birthday 12 by 12 sticker sheets that I had from Echo Park, and I'm combining them. One is supposed to be like the boy colors and one's supposed to be the girl colors. But since I have a rainbow of colors here, I'm combining them and pulling some of the colors off of each one. Like I pull the happy from the girl one, and then I pull the birthday from the boy one. And you can definitely see that the colors are a little bit different. Now I've had the more pink themed one for much longer, so I've practically used up a lot, like most of that sticker sheet, and I still have a lot of this darker kind of blue themed one, and that is because I just haven't used it up yet. One of the things I need to do is start using up my 12 by 12 sticker sheets a little bit better. I mean, and they're right there to my left, so there's no excuse. So I just need to start making sure that that happens. I do decide to pop up the word happy so that it is just a little bit popped up with the photos, because I do have the photos on some fun foam. And then I want it to kind of look dimensional. I mean, obviously, because I'm putting it up on dimensional adhesive, but I want the happy to kind of be on top of the birthday. I know that that sounds really dumb. Like, you're like, yeah, Sandy, happy is on top of the birthday. And I know that that sounds kind of dumb, but I really want it to look like it is on top of it, not just layered over it. Does that make sense? I know I'm doing a really poor job of explaining this. It makes sense in my head, and how I want it to look came out exactly how I want it to look, but putting that into words sometimes just doesn't happen. And that's weird because, I like to talk. But that's okay. It's okay, because I am good with how it is. So I also grab some of these foam strips, and I place it on the King for a Day banner. This is my husband. King for a Day. No. Like, he's the king all the time. And not in a rude, obnoxious way. Like, he's just the king. Like, he is it. This man is amazing. He is fantastic. Like, I cannot even begin to describe to you how wonderful this man is. So King for a Day, I feel like it should be like King for Always. But it fit really well on this large heart up here, and I wanted to do a little bit of embellishing on the hearts, so I went ahead for it because the colors look good with it, and yeah, he's a good one. So I do feel like I need to add a little bit more embellishing on the hearts. Not a whole lot, but just some little things. Now, originally I thought I was just going to do like enamel dots and things like that, and eventually I do add some enamel dots, but what I decide to do is take these little kind of confetti burst things that are on the sticker sheets, and I'm just going to place them around the page to kind of where the colors coordinate. So like the greeny and the blue ones will be by the greeny and the blue areas, and the red ones are going to be by like the pink and red, and then I have an orange one that's going to go. So it's just whatever ones of these little confetti bits I can find. I'm going to pop them up on a foam square, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Now I really wanted to try to get It's Your Day on here because I really liked the blue with the blue in my Velveteen Glaze background. However, it just didn't work. So I put it back, and I'm grabbing some more of these little confetti bursts. Now I knew that I was going to play, English. I knew that I was going to place some journaling on that little square that is sticking out from the eclairs, and I figured I needed to embellish that a little bit, so I grabbed 3 different ones of the little confetti bursts and placed that down there. Now, this was my husband's birthday last year. I did make homemade eclairs, so that is why they're kind of funky. They definitely don't have a mass-produced look to them, but these eclairs, oh my word, they're so amazing, and I don't think I've made them since his birthday last year. They are amazing. Like, I mean, so delicious. So I did my journaling, and it says Christopher opted for homemade eclairs this year instead of a traditional cake. Of course, we still sang to him in our special way. So we sing happy birthday just to the members of our immediate family. And when you get to the last happy birthday to you, we all take this huge deep breath like a and then just belt out happy birthday to you. And we go falsetto, we screech, like we just make it an amazing thing. We probably have scared neighbors a time or two because we've sung in the house and our windows have been open. And it's kind of atrocious, you guys. Like, it's kind of atrocious, but it's just something that our family does. And it's just a good time to do it. So that is why he has his eyes closed and he's laughing, because this was the moment when we started singing that atrociousness. I do take my black pen and I just do a squiggly border around the outside. And then I'm taking some black enamel dots and just placing it around randomly on the hearts. Now, I thought about putting this on a black bordered background, but ultimately I wanted it to still be light and airy. I just wanted to feel contained. So that's why I went with the doodly lines around the outside instead of a full cardstock border. So there it is, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click the links down in the description box below. They will take you to the places where you can get this cut file and also join the Cut File Facebook group. I will see you guys again real soon for another video.